right. I think we're live.
Okay.
I think we're live. We're going to get started. Let's give it 30 seconds and then we will get started. If you're joining us on the live stream, welcome. Sit tight. We'll get started in a little bit. I think we're live. I think we're live. We're going to get started. I can hear the playback. Can you guys hear the playback? Are you good?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Good evening, everyone who is joining us on Zoom. Those of you who are joining us on the live stream, welcome to another edition, another episode of Real Life, Real Stories here at JHDC, Jesus House DC. We appreciate every time you all join us. I personally thank you for joining us for this series. I can honestly say that I've been blessed through the stories that we hear and that the conversations that we have with our couples. And so, on behalf of One Flesh Ministry, Marriage Ministry, I want to thank you all for joining us. As you enter the Zoom, please make sure that your sound is off, your line is muted. If you have any questions, by all means, please put them in the chat. We welcome your questions during this conversation. On the live stream, if you're on YouTube, feel free to drop in your questions in the chat as well. Feel free to engage with each other. We like when you engage with us. It keeps us motivated. So bring them, keep the questions coming, keep the conversations coming. And with that, I would like to introduce our guests for tonight. We have Brother Wala and Sister Bola Ayodeji. Wala and Bola, welcome.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
Yes. So we're gonna do, a bunch of different questions. If you have anything that you want to share with us that isn't, something I asked, feel free. This is a safe space for you all. This is a safe space for you all. So we want to make sure that not only do you feel comfortable sharing your story, but we want to make sure that our audience, the people who are listening and joining us for this on the live stream or who catches the replay, has the ability to hear, something that is of substance from you all, some learning, some tips that you can share about marriage and growth and all of that. So with that, how are you all doing?
We're good.
Good. Tell me a little bit about yourself. Tell me, how about we do it this way? Brother Wala, can you please introduce your wife? And then, Sis Bola, can you do the same, introduce your husband? Tell me your names, of course, um, your profession, and one thing you love about your spouse.
Okay, so my lovely wife is a medical doctor. Wow, what do I love about her? I love everything, everything and more. Um, she's 21 years. I think we've been through a whole bunch of stuff together, but hey, we're still here and we're strong. So
Yeah,
that's what I love. That's what I love about her.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
Hi,
So,
everyone.
Dr. Bola, can you return the favor?
That's for that in there. Yes, I am Bola Ayodejis. This is my wonderful husband. I have a bunch of nicknames for him, but when I call his full name, Olayola Lushala George.
I was going to say, give us the PG version.
I know. It is. We'll make sure that's the case. But yes, my husband of going on 21 years by the Lord's grace, known him for 22 or more. Yes.
22, yeah.
And I love that you said you love everything about me. I do love everything about my husband as well. I mean, it sounds cliche, of course, but the one thing, like you said, and I think that I've said that from day one, I love that he speaks it as he sees it.
Yeah.
Even though a lot of times it doesn't sit well with me, but I love his honesty, yes, and his passion, yes.
It helps. It definitely helps. Awesome. I love that. So we've now been in this pandemic since March of last year. So what is this? Maybe a good, 18 months. How are you all coping? How is it working with you being in this pandemic? Are you actually, Dr. Bola, are you in the office? Like you're going in, seeing
I
patients
Well,
on
I
the
do
front
clinical
line?
research. So yes,
Okay.
we had a time that everything we had to stay home,
Yeah.
but I've had to go for over a year. But how have we worked? It's been good. He's been from before, and we just had to make it work. I think I would say for us, we tend to notice when there's a need to just have space,
Yeah.
a little break. So you pick up on that. And then I thought it was interesting when during the pandemic he came up with, oh, every week we have to go out. I just tried to go with the flow. The
Like a
very
date.
first time,
Yeah,
yes, the
okay.
very first time was when they had the Trump rally. And I actually had to pray, like, Lord, I'm just being a submissive wife, but please don't let us regret this. Everywhere was closed down in DC. So, but it's been interesting. I mean, we've gotten to know a little more about each other.
About
I
it.
love that.
Yes.
Yes.
That's awesome. I love that you all are choosing to go on dates despite, the fact that people are saying, stay inside, don't, do too much movement, because ultimately you still have to live your life and you still have to enjoy each other. So it
Yes.
makes sense that you are going out. I think you alluded to this, but have you gotten on each other's nerves?
Huh.
Yes, we do. I mean, there's no solution to that. Everybody, as married couples, you always get on each other. So
Absolutely. Absolutely, absolutely. So what kinds of things have you done to keep it fun? You mentioned the dates. What are some of the best dates that you've had?
Are you listening?
well, the one that we went out on the day of
On the rail.
the rally, it was freezing cold outside.
Mm,
So, and that's when I really, really, I mean, I know that I love her, but I really, 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 really showed my love that day because it was freezing cold. I was not prepared. I had no hat. Did I have a hat? I had to give him my jacket. I was
oh,
freezing outside because we had to sit outside.
And that's when it started the whole, we'll have a heater outside, but it's barely warm.
Oh,
wait.
But
So what was the date? What did you guys go and do?
we just went to eat
she just dinner.
and then walk around
And just
DC
walk
a little
around
bit.
Walk around in the cold.
I know. Actually, where we thought we were going to end up eating, the roads were closed or blocked off, so we couldn't get there. So we're like, okay, instead of going home, or he was determined, and I was just trying to go with the flow. Like,
Just go with the
we
flow.
are going to
Like
have this date.
yeah,
and I was like, okay, fine. So we found another place that was able to accommodate us, and it was good. It was good to just talk. I think that was aside from the whole trying to make room or make space or in the house, it was good to
Yeah.
just have regular conversation.
Yeah, I like that you said that because what I've learned or what I've heard and experienced really is that there are some couples who are thriving in this pandemic. They have time together, they're making time for each other, they're learning about each other, and then there's others that are struggling because of so much time spent together in each other's presence. And so I like that you all are parsing out time for yourselves. You said that you've been married for 21 years. Hold on one second. If you're coming into the Zoom, please remember to mute yourself. Thank you. But you mentioned that you've been married for 21 years, and after 21 years, you think that you may already know enough or know everything there is to know about each other. But it sounds like you all are still learning even at this stage. So, what is something that you would share with couples about being at this stage 21 years later that they need to pay attention to?
For me, I would think the most important thing for me is personal space. because it gives you a time to reflect and think about the things that you need to do.
Yeah.
Um, and the personal space doesn't mean that, hey, um, the both of you are getting at each other's throat or anything like that. No,
Right.
you just need that time to reflect and just figure out things, you know,
Yeah.
being, being, um, you also have children that you have to think about as well. Because, you know, during this whole,
I was
uh,
gonna ask.
yes, during this whole time, we have one in college who was going to college who was doing online from home.
Yeah.
And the two high schoolers, 11th and 12th grade, that was kind of tough, you know. So it's like everybody needed their space.
Yeah.
And we started to learn more about each other because on normal basis, everybody leaves out the house.
Goes out, does
Come
their
back
thing.
and you come back. Hey, how was your day? I had, you know, you talk about how everybody's day was, but at the end of the day, this time around it was totally different.
Yeah.
So it was like you
Right
had
there.
5 different personalities in the house.
Yeah.
So
Mine. Oh, sorry.
no, I think yeah.
For me, I would say over the years, embrace the changes. Easier said than done.
For sure.
Because life would happen, things will happen. You as an individual, you're changing, and you and your spouse as a couple,
Yeah.
you're changing, and some things might happen whereby some of them might be overwhelming, some of them might be exciting, whatever it is. But it is important to just embrace the change, and that might just mean taking a deep breath or taking a break, reflecting, like he said. I think that's a big one for me. More so even during the pandemic, just
Yeah.
I got to learn.
Yeah. There's a couple things that you guys said. So I loved the note about giving personal space, but I wanted to ask, introvert or extrovert? Voila.
I am extrovert.
And then voila, you are.
Some days.
I consider myself an introvert,
But
but I'm more of a one-on-one person.
okay.
So if
That
I'm in a little circle, so it's a combination. Like even though he says he's an extrovert, there are times it's obvious he just wants to be left
by
alone.
himself. So the reason why I ask is because the personal space thing is important. More times than not, it's important for the introvert to have their personal space because that's how they get their energy.
Right.
They recharge
Right.
by having the time alone.
Yep.
The extrovert usually needs to be around other people to get the energy to bounce off, you know, the feelings from the people who are around them. So I had to ask because of that reason. just wondering. But Brother Willa, I would have never guessed that you are, I don't know, I would have never guessed extrovert. I don't think I would have guessed that.
I have my moments. I have my moments.
No, I hear you because I am a certified introvert. People don't understand it. They always raise their eyebrows at me, but I am an extrovert. And I'm sorry, we have a guest in the room. Wale, please. Oh my God. Oh my guys, I'm so sorry.
That's okay. Hey. What's up, buddy? How are you?
Hi. How old are you?
4.
4?
I'm gonna turn 5.
Wow.
Turning 5? When? When are you turning 5?
When you turn 5? When's your birthday?
That's alright.
October 23rd.
Oh,
Wow.
like I said, October babies are just wonderful.
There's a lot of us around here.
Yeah, so you're nice.
All right, go to daddy,
Nice to
please.
meet you, Wale.
Bye bye. Can you shut my door, please? That one will always find me. It doesn't matter where I am in the world. I know Wale will come and find me. He will always find me. Sorry about that. So, real quick, tell us your love story. You said you were married for 21 years. We know that you have 3 kids,
Yes.
1 in college, 2 in high school. How did you all meet? How did we get here?
Wow. I got her. Anyways, I'll cut this story very short.
See your virgin.
My mom had said, my mom and my sister had said something that they didn't like the people that I was dating. And I kind of took that personal, like, why are we talking about my love life, my personal space? So they told me about certain people, they told me that there are a lot of beautiful women out there that, hey, why does it have to be specifically that one person that I was seeing at the time? And I said, well, I'm not interested. I'm just not interested in you guys talking about my love life. I got the number. They gave me Bola's number, and the rest is history. When I called her, I called Bola because Bola was out of town. I guess she was on vacation.
Okay.
Yeah, she was on vacation.
You forgot.
And I left her a message, like, hey, I kind of left a message. I didn't hear back from her for like 2-3 days. And I was like, wow, this is the reason why I don't like calling people, dealing with people, blah, blah, blah. But she called back and told me, hey, she was out of town. And then we got to talking and everything. And when we started talking, I told her exactly how I felt.
Which was?
I said, look, I'm looking for someone, I was upfront about my, what I wanted, what I was looking for. And
please stop tiptoeing around. What were you looking for? We want to know.
No, I was ready to be committed.
Got it. Okay. I was like, what are we saying here?
No, nothing like that. No, I was ready to be committed. I didn't want to date anybody that I knew that would not turn into something of marriage.
Got it. Okay. I liked it. I like where this story is going.
So, and I'll let her say
my version.
Her version.
Is it similar?
Yeah, there's an overlap. It's just, for me, I was just in my little comfortable space at the time. Wasn't seeing anyone. My mom happened to come visit, and she was getting ready to leave, so taking her all over shopping, and she just insisted. Our small world, our parents happened to be in the same social club.
Okay.
Ondo. And so she just said, oh, she brought something and she really wants to give it to her friend. And after going to Potomac Mills, and I was living in Silver Spring then, coming back at 9 p.m. for you, because my mom said I think she was leaving a day or two, and she insisted that she wanted to see her friend in Greenbelt. Mm-hmm. So that was super late. But I knew of the family, but I didn't even know. I thought
you didn't know each other
first. Yeah, I didn't know him at all. I thought his youngest sister was the first child. But anyway, that's how we met. But I didn't even think anything. But in terms of the phone call, I thought it was his mom calling, but it was him that actually left the message, because I saw the last name, and I was like, oh, must be my mom's.
Caller ID.
Yeah. But just like I said earlier, which was the first impression I had. I'd never had anyone talk to me like that and say, well, I think you're attractive and I want to get to know you. And I really was quiet. I didn't have a response.
You were shocked into silence.
I was. So, okay, well, let's be friends, and we're here.
So how long did you date? Did you court, and then what was the time frame between when you first started talking to when you got married?
So I remember he called around July or August, and then we said, July. Okay. July. So we were like, okay, let's just be friends. I mean, let's
see where it goes.
Yes. Mm-hmm. So we did that, and till October. I remember it was October 4th. We were going to the library to study at
Yeah.
AU. We're at AU in front of the library, and we were like, okay, this is the official day. I will say, okay, we're recording, and we prayed. And that was it. That was October, and then that was 99. So then we got married.
In 2000.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
July of 2000, got married in December, which we did not think was going to happen.
That was, I mean, that's not a, I don't want to say it's not a long time. It was enough time, but you often don't hear about, you know, courting or dating happening that quickly and leading to marriage that quickly. So that's also, so wait, who went to AU?
No, we just going to the library.
Was studying at
I went to Howard. I was studying. Yes, I was just studying.
Yeah. Okay, I went to AU. That's what I was wondering. I heard you say. I did. Okay, so 99 you met, 2000 you got married.
Mm-hmm.
Is that right? Okay, and then you then your kids are what? They're
my son was born in 2001.
October.
Nine months later. Yeah.
Wow. So y'all were just.
Yeah.
Love it. I love it. I love it. So what was it that made you all make the decision to get married? Like what was the aha moment that said, all right, this is my wife, this is my husband, let's lock it down, forget everybody else, this is it?
I'll go first.
Okay.
For me, like I said, notice I appreciated his just being straight.
His candor, yeah.
And he went out of his way to talk to Pastor Candy. He was transparent. He wanted me to know everything going on. Like, this is who I am, you know, nothing hidden. And he went to talk to Pastor Gandhi. So those were the things. Of course, I had been praying about it. And even during the crossover service, December of 1999 to 2000, when they said, if you think, sometimes they'll have like different prayer points, if you can get married or whatever this year. We didn't stand up. We looked at each other and we laughed. So we did not think we were going to be engaged or married, but we were comfortable with each other. And but I appreciated that he took the time. It wasn't, I didn't coax him into, talk to my pastor or whatever.
You were already a member of Jesus House and he was not?
He was not, yes.
Got it, okay, very nice.
Yeah, so he felt that he needed to do that and just talk to Pastor Gandhi. In fact, when I was slightly embarrassed when Pastor Gandhi called me to talk to me about him. So, but
I love it. I love that you guys, I love that you did that. First of all, I don't think very many people go to the pastor to have that conversation before they get married. It's usually the parents or, you know, the father that they talk to. So kudos to you for that. Kudos to you. So I want to go to another topic because part of the reason why we wanted to have you on this series is because of some health concerns that you all have experienced together, specifically Brother Wala. Can you tell us a little bit about your health scare and what it was, you know, whatever within reason, tell us what it was and how it might have affected your marriage?
So I was diagnosed with congestive heart failure in 2004. Yeah, 2004.
So soon after you all got married, about 4 or 5 years.
Yes.
Wow.
Huh?
I don't know why I feel like it was earlier.
No.
You had symptoms.
Yes, I had symptoms before.
Okay.
No, I had symptoms before 2004, but 2004 is when they actually said
the diagnosis.
Yes, that you will actually need to get a transplant.
Wow.
Things were kind of rough, you know. I think one of the things that, because I was very, very active, you know, work out. I used to work double shifts and everything when we first got married. You know, hey, when you first get married, you're trying to make money. And
you're right.
Sure things.
Set the foundation, yeah.
Thank you. Then eventually things got a little bit worse as far as the health. And then they're like, well, you need a heart transplant.
Mm.
So everything just happened so fast. Like my health started going really, really down, like really bad.
Yeah.
Eventually, I was down. They referred me down to John Hopkins, and things were not working out there. At the time, my wife was in the public health service,
Mm.
so I would get my treatments from the military. The military was like, "Well, we're going to fire John Hopkins." They were asking permission from me if they could fire John Hopkins, and I'm thinking, "Fire John Hopkins? Wow, I thought John Hopkins is the
Is the
best."
best. Yeah.
They're like, "No, you're not getting enough. You're not getting the appropriate care that I needed." I said, "Okay." But all these things, I always put everything in God's hands. Like, hey,
Yeah.
I can't make any decisions. I know everything is in God's hands. So they did fire John Hopkins. They sent me down to Fairfax Hospital, and they needed to act quickly.
Mm.
Fairfax Hospital. Fairfax Hospital put me on what do you call it? Artificial heart. So it's called. Oh, I had the defibrillator. I'm missing the kind of, it's a long.
I'm sure. I'm sure. So let me ask you this. You were diagnosed in 2004,
Yes.
and you had surgery in that same year?
No. So I was
They were
fast forward.
managing.
They were managing me.
Yeah, just watching the heart. Sorry, I'll just fill in as I think.
Okay.
You remember a lot more, but trying to manage the situation of the
Yeah.
diagnosis, and things just really got worse. I mean, first it was, and they literally showed us a video. 10% of the function of the heart was as low as 10%.
Wow.
They had given a time frame at Hopkins, which he was taking in a lot that he didn't even share with the family because he didn't want to burden us.
Yeah.
There was a point that they said they only gave 3 months or 6 months.
3
Yeah.
months.
Wow.
But and then after that, before they put in the defibrillator.
Yeah, defibrillator.
Yeah, to hopefully help with the heart function.
Yeah.
And then when things got really bad, they had to put in an LVAD, a left ventricular assist device, just to help the heart beat faster. And
so initially you didn't know the severity of everything.
I would say I came to know when we saw Dr. Carter.
Yeah, when we saw Dr. Carter, which is down
at Walter.
At the
was that 2004? That was, the diagnosis was already.
Yes.
Yes.
Was already
when they showed the video, the echo of how the heart is, how a normal heart beats, and then this is what you're seeing. And then at that point, the heart was like really not functioning well. That's all parts of the body, saying the lungs, the kidneys, et cetera.
I can't imagine. First of all, I can't imagine. First of all, thank God that you are still here. 3 months to now is
only God.
It's only God.
Yes.
It's only God. We thank God for that. So I pray that your health has significantly improved, and if years is an indicator, then I will say thank God that your health has significantly improved. So that's first and foremost. But secondly, I can't imagine you being a young couple and a newly married couple, and what was going through both of your minds during this time. So if you can, and I hate to put you back into this space, but if you can tell us, what were you thinking as a husband and as a wife? What was the mindset, and what were you thinking about how to move forward with getting health care, with finances, with family?
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about that.
Yes. So, like you said, that was like fourth to fifth year in marriage. Our children were very young. So, and then we got to the point that he couldn't work anymore. It just seemed as if it was just trying to keep up, literally just making sure that maybe there wasn't time to even process what's going
Process it.
on.
Mhm.
Yeah, for me, but one thing I would say is I kept up with things that gave me a sense of normalcy. So
Like what?
maybe things in church. I was working in church, still tried to make workers meeting, even though it seemed as if it didn't make sense, or being able to make it, or still try to see whatever, because the children were young, just so they still
Social things.
have their fun. Yes. I know it got to a point where my mom did remind me that, hey, don't refuse help. So thank God for community, of family and friends. I mean, just to my in-laws, I won't say in-law, but like picking up children,
Yeah.
or friends. Even I know of friends that come help with kids' laundry and stuff, and just being a little more flexible. Like, oh, there's nothing wrong with having someone come clean. I don't
Yeah.
have to make sure I'm the one cleaning and doing everything and stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. I'm sure that that was a difference maker with having people help you. And I guess it's not lost on me that in order for people to help you, they had to know your situation.
Right.
So you had to be a little bit more transparent with this kind of situation. How was that?
It was obvious because he was on the, I think that's when it really got
Oh,
known.
yeah.
When he was a part of Biazo.
2005.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, and because of that, he could not perform at all. Like the symptoms were really obvious.
Yeah.
So people were praying. I know at the time, it was obvious church. I mean, making the prayer point, and I mean, I'm not trying to say, oh, you got it all figured out. There are times that I would break down and
Yeah.
just pray or whatever. But yes,
You mean in public?
in public,
No, you were.
no, I, no, not really. But maybe because my personality is just usually just going with the flow.
Yeah. Yeah. Why he's asking in public. Brother Walla, so tell me, what was your frame of mind in that time frame? Because I can understand it from the wife's perspective, having to keep everything together, at least present well. Your kids, you have to protect them and shield them from, some of the things that might be happening. And then you have to, of course, tell your family and your friends how they can help you as a wife in this situation. But you were actually the person dealing with the actual health problem. So, what was your mindset or mind state during that time, other than
Um,
the obvious fear, concern?
I think one of the biggest things that stood out for me was because we were fresh as 5 years in
New
marriage.
marriage.
I did not want my wife to be left by herself, and my
Yeah.
children not have their dad. That was my driving force that I felt kept me going.
Yeah.
That was my number one prayer to God, that, look, Lord, keep me for them, because I did not want my wife or the children to go through anything like that.
Yeah.
But hey, we thank God we passed that stage.
Thank God.
But the one thing that I will also say is the cell group at church.
At that time.
Okay. My gosh, we had Pastor Tunde Ogunbade, Bidemi Okunsanya, and Muyiwa Adedeji. Those three were critical. They were always checking up on me. They did so much for the family as well, even financially, and I will never forget that. And the church as well. So that's why I'm very good friends with all three of them right now. I mean, I can't fathom how thankful I am for the support from the church, from them, And also just having a wife who was also never complained once.
Mm,
Never complained once. You never saw anything in her face. She was constantly, because there was a time when I was at home on that artificial heart,
yeah.
which we call the LVAD. I could not move. She had to treat me every day. Every day. She did that for 3 good months. And not once did she complain. And I know there are a lot of people who went through the same thing that I went through at that time,
And their marriage didn't make it.
and their marriage didn't make it. So I am grateful to God and to her for just sticking in there.
Yeah.
And the wedding vows, when they say through thick and thin,
Yeah.
for
Better
better
or
or
worse.
worse, yes, it really, she really, what's the word to use?
To God be the glory as well.
Okay, so
I mean, I don't know. It just like it is to God be the glory. We find ourselves in things, and you just really hope for the best, and you lean on the Lord. And I feel also during that time it was important, and it did help me to see the hand of God, just like in little things, like
Yeah.
so much pressure, maybe rushing to work, and maybe and I think I even shared it at some point, the airing stud or something that are critical. And I was just like, Lord, please. And I could the Lord would help me find it in just that critical time because I needed to get out the door. So
Mm,
if I'm waiting for the Lord to answer a prayer about my husband's heart or the dynamics of my household, then if he's mindful of me being able to find my airing stud at the time,
yeah.
then I know for sure. And there were many things, I mean, at work, thank God that was like you're dealing with pressure that you're dealing with at home, and then you're going through craziness beyond
Yeah.
your imagination at work, or you're actually missing the mark.
Yeah.
So for me, it was helpful to continue to see the hand of God.
Yeah.
That gave me peace. And that continued sense of normalcy as well. Things
Yeah.
you get plugged into.
Well, thank God for that. So thank God for you, Sis Bola, for being a steadfast and loyal and devoted wife. I think if anybody is listening, all the wives are listening, and husbands too. We don't know what tomorrow will bring. We don't know how life will shape up for all of us who are married and those who are yet to be married. But if we can take anything from this example, it is that leaning on the promises of God has to remain centered, at the center of your marriage, but also having um, the steadfastness to do what you need to do, and taking care of your husband in that situation makes a big difference. And so there's a question: how were you, Sisbola, able to take care of your kids, manage the kids? I was actually going to ask, what was the impact on the children? Did they even know?
Our oldest knew.
how old is
Okay.
he?
How old was the oldest then?
5,
Five?
4 or 5. Yeah.
Five,
We
five.
much I know that he was 5.
Five
Yeah.
5-year-olds are surprisingly perceptive.
Yes,
Yes.
they are.
Yeah. So
He really did know. When you say he had his moments?
He had his
Yeah,
moments. He had his
did.
moments.
He did.
The last two. So, and that's why it's also very important to have
yeah, support.
family support.
Yeah, that's to answer the question. That's it. Definitely family support.
Family support, because we end up having to take the kids to Nigeria.
Oh, sorry, pause before you say that. Like, just even like I did allude to that, like our children and maybe their cousins, like my sister-in-law Tola and Jumoke, and even my brother-in-law and his wife. I mean, everyone, all hands on deck, literally.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes our children are there and they bathe them and they pretty much stay there and pick them up or whatever, or pick them up from the sitters, like literally, or friends, people bringing food, or just any and everything.
It literally takes a village.
Yes, yes. Yes. I mean, sometimes you have to experience it, but it really does
Yeah.
take a village.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you took the kids to Nigeria at some point, and they stayed.
So my mom, both parents were here. The parents didn't really get to know the extent until you had the
LVAD.
or the defibrillator. I think it was the LVAD.
It was no, it was the LVAD.
Yes, it was the LVAD, and with that, then at that point, things are like improved and stuff. But then if you're on the LVAD, you pretty much almost have to stay home. And they said we had it better then. Then I mean, before then they said we're just shut in. You have to get in touch with the fire department, make sure you don't lose power. They had all these batteries, all these gadgets, and all that.
Wow!
It was very intimidating and almost scary. But
I never even thought about that. So God forbid, power shut off. Wow.
No, yeah, they have to like come quickly, and
so you had to be. We also had to learn how to be able to
manually keep pumping the heart.
Oh my goodness.
Yes. So, but anyway, my mom was here. My parents were here. My mom.
Your mom.
So that was part of the, let the children come for a little bit. It's okay. And our oldest had been in Nigeria for a little bit anyway.
Okay.
So they went and they were in Nigeria for a bit. Yes.
Got it. So, okay. So that's the management of the kids. Financially, you weren't working, Brother Wala. So, but you were getting some kind of help from, individuals, from family, from the church, you said. Was there any other financial situations that made it even more difficult, or what was the state of mind when it comes to how you were managing the accounts and your finances?
Honestly, I think we just have to give God glory, because we didn't have any financial problems.
Thank God. Wow.
Everything, God sorted us out.
Everything. I mean,
praise God.
Everything. I mean,
praise God for that.
There are no words to other than it was just God using people and just making the work situation, everything just work out well.
Yeah.
Financially.
Yes.
I thank God. What is one piece of advice that you would give to couples who might be dealing with something similar? Maybe not the extent of what you experienced, but health concerns, challenges that are causing, one spouse to not be able to work and the other has to take, the responsibilities of that. What's something that you would tell them that you learned through this experience?
I mean, yes, I know where the first thing, honestly, really trust God, but I mean, that just seems very vague and
yeah, I understand. Yeah.
Yeah, but really, that being said, take one day at a time. Even as you're walking this trust, one day at a time, make whatever changes need to be made. We did, yes, we're saying thank God, everything, but we did have to make changes. I mean, we knew that, okay, we were one family at the time, so
yeah,
take it one day at a time, make necessary changes, realistic changes, and just breathe. And by the Lord's grace, everything will work out.
Yeah.
And there's a saying that she's always telling me, God won't give you more than what you can handle.
Without escape,
without making any way of escape.
Yeah.
It looked like it took forever, but once we saw that light at the end of the tunnel,
the
rest is history. So
and it comes
just like that.
And then you almost, and not forget it, but you almost feel like what happened was so far away.
Yeah. I mean, literally, when everything literally happened like that, then I was like, wow, now I know the meaning of this Bible verse when the Lord turned around the captivity, and we were like, damn, that dream, because it was just like, I was here yesterday, or I was here ago, and I'm here now.
Yeah.
So
praise God. How long was your recovery?
I'll say 6 months.
Mhm.
6 months.
Okay.
Yeah.
6 months from diagnosis.
Oh no.
No.
When he got
Oh, okay.
I got the transplant in
Transplant. Okay.
2007.
Yeah.
Actually, on Mother's Day, 2007.
Oh, wow.
So that was
May
my mom.
13th.
That was
May. Yeah.
His second birthday.
my two mothers were. That was their Mother's Day gift.
Mm,
So we're 14 years strong now, and still counting.
at that point, you were 14 years?
No, he
No.
says it's the transplant.
Since I
Oh,
got the transplant.
since, okay. Oh, well, thank God. Look at that. Thank God for that. Thank God for that. And by God's grace, you will live to a very old age. Very old age. You will see your children grow up. You will see your grandchildren in the mighty name of Jesus. That is our prayer for you. I have to ask, though. I have to ask this. This is a couples conversation, so we have to keep it real. So throughout all of that, and you said you were diagnosed in 2004. You had your surgery in 2007. That's 3 years time frame, and then of course recovery and thereafter. How did you manage sex during that time?
Well, let me tell you before I even say anything, we had first was born, we said 2001, second was born 2004 when he was diagnosed.
Oh, wow.
And our third was born 2005. After
Oh, well, sis, it sounds like you guys were not stopping anything here. Okay, so sex did not stop, it sounds like.
Well, honestly, I was scared. I really was. I was scared. And I felt as if he was really trying to be selfless, just to be sure his wife still felt like his wife or a woman.
Yeah.
And I think I did tell him after he got the transplant and the first time we got intimate, I actually cried because God is amazing. Like every part of our body is just wonderfully and fearfully made. I could sense the difference in his heartbeat after the transplant, and I cried like a baby. So
that is like that's like poetry. That's poetry right there. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. And do you? I mean, again, not to be in your business, but I'm gonna be in your business. So you got pregnant again. So 2004, 2001, 2004, 2005, transplant 2007. How long after the transplant did you wait before you had sex again? Because I mean, obviously you have to recover. You have to be strong enough.
The doctor said.
He asked. I didn't.
I asked, and the doctor said, "Hey, you're back to normal." Hey, he said, you already have the heart. Everything is functioning properly, so you're good to go.
And that's all you needed.
Yep, that's all I needed. That's all I needed.
I love it. I love it that you still made it a priority, because it is a priority, and thank God that nothing went wrong throughout that process that would have hampered the progress that you were making health-wise. So thank God for that. Were there things that family, friends, even the church said or did that was annoying throughout that process that you had to either check, tell them don't do this, don't say that? Were there things that maybe you experienced that did not sit right with you from the people who were, supposed to help, or just others around you?
No. For me, the only thing was it wasn't people doing anything. I was just tired of, being that kind of center of that stigma, like that reproach at that point in time.
Yeah.
So I remember, and I didn't want to get to a point where I was feeling sorry for myself. That's not my personality, or having a pity party. So like people out of love will ask, "Oh, how's Brother Walla?" Or maybe just, "How's your husband doing?" And I switched to "he's well" instead of getting into "he's well." I just felt like I'm speaking it by the Lord's grace.
Yeah.
He's well. So for me, it was just, it wasn't a matter of anything annoying, honestly, no. It was just tired.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or being asked the same questions over
living-
and
Being same. I can understand that. I can understand that. When so how soon after did you go back to work?
A year or
yeah, 1 year.
10 months or a year.
Yeah, I went back to work in
April.
April
April of
2008.
8. Okay. April 2008. Okay. Yeah. So. Okay. And how's your health now?
Wonderful.
Thank God. Thank God for that.
Healthy and strong. By the Lord's grace, yep.
Thank God for that. All right, so I want to ask a few rapid fire questions. We call them rapid fire, but if there's something that you want to expound on, please do.
Okay.
Ready?
Okay. Yep.
And you both can answer. I want to hear from both of you. Okay. First question is, who is the better cook?
Oh, man.
Wait, do you not cook, Brother Walla?
He does. He does.
Thank you.
You just-
He does. He actually does throw down when he wants to. It's okay. It could be occasional. So, but yes, he does.
Okay. Who is more strict with the children? Wait, why did you react like that? Are you not strict?
I am actually. I consider myself strict.
You have your moments.
I feel like my husband should have been in the military or just consistent with being particular about things, which is fine.
And he helps them out.
But sometimes it's a little much, but it's good.
And they're probably going to be stronger for it, though.
Yes.
Yeah.
Who is more spontaneous?
I am.
She is.
He wants to claim. I will give him some credit.
Really?
I am.
How can you be spontaneous and go with the flow?
It's it's me trying to be a submissive wife. That's go with the flow. But I used to think my husband was as spontaneous as I am, but he wants things planned or. I see my sister saying Paula is not.
Somebody does not agree.
She's trying to support her brother. But really, my husband wants everything perfect. For me, taking a stroll, going for a quick picnic, just an opportunity to connect, But my husband wants to cross the T's, dot the I's, and
make sure everything's in place.
Yes, it takes time. There's nothing wrong with that. But sometimes you lose the spontaneity if really you're paying too much attention to detail.
I mean, I hear you, but I'm like, Brother Walla, I need to know that if I'm going to invest my time in anything, it's going to be worth the while. I don't want to just walk out and just be disappointed. I hear you.
We can enjoy the moment. Just make memories there'll be the little ones and then there'll be the big ones. The big ones will be the ones you cross the T's and not the I's.
I agree with you on that. Okay. Who said I love you first? Who said it?
Oh, he did.
I did.
Yeah.
It's always the guy. It's always the man. Did you know you were gonna say it or did you just blurt it out and
I just said it. I didn't it wasn't planned or anything. I just knew. At that moment, I knew that I got myself a great and a wonderful wife. So,
did you say it back? Did she say it back?
I was quiet.
Yeah, she was quiet.
Wait, so how soon after did you say it back?
Not too long.
It wasn't too long
Not
after.
Not too long.
Yeah.
I think she needed to process.
Yeah.
He just actually told me that he loves me. So
I know. I remember he was at work too.
Yeah.
That's for me to actually.
So it was on the phone.
It really was. Yes, it was on the phone. It wasn't. It was just a regular conversation. So yeah.
I love it. I love that you remember that. That's good. Who wakes up earlier? Who's the early bird? Is it because of
we have things to wake up early for?
I was gonna say, is it because you have to go to work or you have to do stuff, or is it you're naturally up earlier?
I'm not going to get up earlier.
She's not, well, because you have some to me.
No. Okay, fine.
Okay.
No,
If this was a Saturday morning and you didn't have any kind of obligations, not work, not church, not anything, who would be out of bed first?
Me.
She would. Yeah. Okay, I'll give you that. I'll give you that.
So then so does that mean that you're always late? Voila, or are you the late one? Who's always late then? Who's the one that
Getting ready?
Right here. I'm sorry.
So now we know. No.
I
Yes, this is great.
I'm reading the chat too. He is. Oh my lord.
Because
Oh my lord.
I have to make sure I take care of it.
You know what? I always mess with Bola about this. When we got married.
Oh no.
When we got married.
We were married in Nigeria.
We got married in Nigeria.
So I was restricted.
Oh Lord. So that's her excuse. It's okay.
He claims I left him I kept him waiting at the altar.
That's hilarious.
We waited.
And every time they sing the song in church for the hymn praise to the Lord, he looks at me like, oh, that's the song we were singing in church on our wedding day, and I was waiting for you.
They must have sang that song at least 3-4 times.
That is
They're here. So I always mess with her and I said, on the very
I've gotten better.
Yeah, she's gotten better.
But he reminds me every
But I
time.
always remind her of that though.
That's too funny. We actually have a similar story. Brandon and I we got married at Jesus' house, and when you're outside of the doors, you don't know what's happening inside. So they were playing the song for me to come into the church, and they played it 2 or 3 times, and he thought I stood him up, and I was like, I didn't even know they were playing. Nobody came to tell me that the song had started. So I don't think that she's. Exactly. I don't think it's not her fault. Okay, who is more fashionable? Who's the fashionista between the two of you?
I'll give it to him because I could be frugal. I am a bargain shopper. And he would say, you just have to take care of you have to treat yourself. So I'll give that to him.
Yeah, you have to.
First of all, sis, you can be a bargain shopper and still be fashionable.
I know, but sometimes it's not priority for me. Like for him, he would say,
she won't
forget it. But for me, it's not. So that's why I'm giving it to him. Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
Take your crown in this case. I tip my hat off to you if you're the fashionista between the two. I like when I see the men in the relationship who are the more fashionable ones. It always intrigues me because typically, women are the ones who are shopping for the shoes, the bags, the latest clothing, or whatever. So
No.
I like it.
No, I'm not the one. That's definitely not
that's
the
not
one.
her. That's
That's you.
We're still
Got it.
working on that.
But he does enough for both. I'll give him credit. He'll do it for both of us. In fact, for the whole family. But so yeah, I don't have a reason to try to work
go
towards
in
that.
yeah.
I love it. Okay, last rapid question and then a couple more. Who is more likely to get lost?
Yeah.
Are you the type that just let me just go and figure it out,
Yeah.
and then you wait to the last minute to ask for help kind of person?
No, if it's direction wise, it's him.
If it's direction wise,
It's him.
Yes. Well,
no, I'm not. I don't get lost. No.
I would
Yeah,
ask.
because she uses GPS all the time.
wait. So why did you say it was her? She thinks it's you.
I think it's you.
No, because I didn't understand the question at first. I didn't understand.
Well, you still think it's me.
Well,
I think it's you.
yeah.
Get lost. It's him because he would say, "Oh, I know how to get there. I don't need GPS." I am willing to get whatever help quickly and
Yeah.
figure it out.
Okay.
Because you're GPS dependent.
Or I'll figure it out before. But you're saying, "No, I tried it one time. I'm going to figure it out."
Maybe this one is a draw. Maybe it's both of you.
Maybe.
All right, two questions, real quick. Were there any lifestyle changes that you all made as a result of your health scare? Is there anything that you changed, um, through the process that you think maybe would be a good piece of advice for the people watching, should they find themselves in a situation like
What
this?
you eat, your diet, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Diet
your
change.
diet, yeah.
Diet change. Um, not taking things for granted. Like you just never know. Like I mean, not trying to sound so deep, but like enjoy every moment. I
Yeah.
always say like even he would get upset at me, but I'm always focused on let's just enjoy the moment. But sometimes he maybe saying I'm running late or whatever the case is. But like you shift your focus
Yeah.
because you never know. You just never
Mhm.
know.
Yeah. I completely understand that. I like that. And then one last question. What is, I mean, you've given a lot of nuggets throughout this whole thing, but what is a piece of advice that you would leave us with? Anything about marriage that you would leave us with, um, for us to close out this conversation?
I'll say this. Hang in there. It will work out. Um, in a marriage, everybody will always go through misunderstandings and have their arguments and everything. We have parents who are 50 years plus in marriage and they still
Mm,
fight. My dad is always telling me that nobody's ever graduated from college of marriage. You're still learning every day about one another, and just take it one day at a time. Just take it one day at a time.
yeah,
Yeah,
I love it.
yeah. Just take it one day at a time.
And I'll just to add to that, that was perfect. The importance of forgiveness.
Hmm.
I remember the first time it was a few years back. Pastor Thierry preached, and the topic was on marriage. She was like, "Oh, about marriage is really." I expected her to say communication and trust, and then she said forgiveness. And it really caught my attention. And over the years, whereby you just let go. You can't fight every battle.
Yeah,
It's not worth it. Um, and so with the forgiveness, also you have to be a little accommodated. And the other advice is be flexible.
flexible. I was gonna say, yeah, I love it. I love it. Thank you both very much. Thank you for spending the last hour with us and sharing your story, giving us the vulnerability, the transparency, the laughs. We truly appreciate it. And we pray that, Brother Walla, your health will not deteriorate again. We
Thank
want to
you.
see you live long and strong and see this marriage go on. And we thank you so much. You're getting some comments in the chat.
I love you
People
too. All of you. All
love
of
you.
you.
And we appreciate your time. So thank you, thank you, thank you. God bless you both. God bless your children. I know that we are in this COVID situation. So as they are off at school, God will be with them and they will stay healthy as well.
Amen. Thank you.
Amen.
Amen.
You and
Thank you.
yours too.
And you
Thank
and
you so
yours.
much.
Thank you. Thank you. Good talking with you both.
All
Thank
right.
you, everyone, for joining us this evening. And please remember to come back for the next episode when we have another couple and talk about real life and real stories. Thanks, everyone.